What is up, YouTube? LazeeLlama here, and here we are with another episode of Swarm Simulator. Alright, so we're going to start this off, obviously, like we normally do, buying the upgrades. We can buy 10 of the 11 of them, which is nice, that are considered cheap. And then one got cheap after that, and that's about it. We unlocked more upgrades doing that, which is beautiful. How many of these can we buy? That is the question. That is what I'm focusing on this episode. I don't care. We're just going to do the middle upgrade there for now, just to get that up to 5, and we'll check it out in a bit. I do want to continue it, of course. We're probably going to dump most of our... I wish if I highlighted over that it said it was going to... how much it would be, but if I do 4.70 E... it looks like it's going to use up our hives, just by the looks of it. And only a very little bit of meat and a very little bit of... we're going to just do it. It's just going to use up hives, so that's okay. I just want to make sure it wasn't using other important things. Cool, we got that, which brought up our mutagen quite a bit. We're over 100k now. That's awesome. I think that's what brought it up. Again, I forgot to look it up. It's not a big deal. I'm not really concerned about it. We're getting it just by playing the game, so that's all I'm super concerned about. Our larvae per second probably went up a bit, and we can reproduce, so now we can clone up to that. That's about double what we have. So I'm thinking we're going to spend a lot of our energy here in a bit. Let's check out this. Ooh, we can buy these. How much does 15,000? If I just change this out, we can see what's meat. We're going to run out of meat. We don't need meat for what we're doing, I don't think, with these, right? Yeah, no, we're not going to need crazy amount of meat. So we're just going to buy, yeah, buy cap, whatever. Screw it. We don't need that much meat. That's going to obviously go take over and run the whole board. And I think that's the best way for us to do it. I mean, I can come back here and buy a bunch of these too. And honestly, let's buy those, which might boost that up a tad bit. But it's nothing crazy. We can buy a ton of locusts, which can make a difference. But I think just sticking kind of to the top thing you can make is generally the best as far as territory goes. Territory, I'm going to say that may unlock some more upgrades. Because a lot of the upgrades use territory. That's where territory is used most, is on the upgrades. So... we could buy the expansion here, which is going to use all of our territory, which we really don't need for anything else right now. So I'm going to do that, which makes us use more larvae, or be able to produce more larvae. I'm going to cocoon the rest of this. So that's how much we have cocooned, and that's how much we're allowed to clone in the cocoon. So we're not quite at max efficiency, but I'm going to be trying to boost this up. So we're going to use energy, go down to our nexus. We could level up these a bit too, with all the energy we have. I kind of want to level that up 5,000, but... this needs a lot of energy. Not worth it. Let's just push what we're doing. And I'm keeping an eye on this to see if that goes up with what we're doing. So we want to do the clone larvae. And we could cast it 7 times. Let's cast it once. And then before we cast it again, let's go back to here. And our larvae production shouldn't have changed. So now if I store larvae, I can store 1.0 and then just do E to the 6th. Oh, we're on the 11th, sorry. E to the 11th. There, so that got me up just under what we can max clone now. So now when we clone again, we're cloning for like cap. But I can come in here now and just buy an absurd amount of those. And then I'll be able to come buy tons of these here in a second. And I could be getting some upgrade. Oh, no, I can't actually. Buy a ton of those, which now we can technically afford high empresses. Which we want to probably get one of soon, and we'll see if that goes up, because I'm pretty sure it does go off, the mutagen does go off like your points or whatever, but I want to have more first. And actually, that doesn't do much. Oh yeah, we're at 1 million now, so a little bit of that doesn't do much. But we have all this energy, remember. And I think our best thing to continue using is this clone. So if we clone twice right now, and come back here, and just dump that into there. Is that holding me up, though? I think so. And then come in here, and look at this. We're probably going to wait till tomorrow before I actually buy high empresses. But the fact that we can do it now is great. I don't think even buying one is going to pay back. I mean, you got to think, if it's producing 7 per second, that might actually produce a decent bit over a day's time then. We won't get as many hives with it. We'll buy 1. And watch this. It should go up. Maybe it's not based on that. Thought it was. I don't know. No, so we can get to the next thing. And that needs to get... how many of these do we need? We can already... Oh, I thought, like, wait, what? We can already buy one? What is this? Yeah, so it just goes up, again, like you thought, just one exponent each time. Uses basically no meat, so we just need a ton of high empresses, which we're not going to even get before we reset, I don't think. Oh, we can buy a bunch more hives now, too. Look at that. That's beautiful. We want to keep that going, though. So what I'm going to do is we can do a little bit more energy spending. I don't know if that's the best thing. I mean, we get way more doing the bursts that or the clones that we do than anything else, I think. We don't need territory unless I want to rush some upgrades, maybe. We could probably buy a bunch of these, too. Yeah, I'm probably going to spend a bunch of our... Let's spend a bit, looks like. Where was I? Energy. But we don't, like, need meat. I'm not rushing anything that needs meat. I'm really working on this main meat tree right now. And I probably should focus a bit on some other trees. I mean, how much meat territory do I get for this? Instantly capture. That's quite a bit of meat. And how much meat are we using for this, though? Actually, oh, sorry, meat. I'm looking at that wrong. I like that territory rush. No, meat rush. Okay, that'd be a decent bit, but that'd be to rush our territory tree. We don't need the actual territory right now. Now, we're just going to, honestly, I'm just going to spend the rest. Cast 4 times. Boom. Spend the rest of our energy. Gets us down to basically no energy. We have a lot of larvae. We can come in here and buy this middle one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then come over here, and we can buy a ton of these already. So buying more high empresses might not be a bad idea as we can grow. Ooh. Wait. Oh, these are grow. Mightiest creature to rule over your swarm so far. Yeah, well, we already have this one, so. But, okay, maybe we'll grow 9 then. That's going to use a decent bit of what we have. But then we'll have 10, which means we're making 70 per second. Which is kind of nice to have. We should be able to build a bunch more of these too if I just do that. And give it a second. Ooh, see, buying the cheapest upgrades, I might spend some of our high empresses. I don't know what considers cheap. I wish you could look at the cheapest and then pick from the cheapest. Ooh, outdated software. We'll get that back above 3. That's going to be really nice overnight. Let's just do it. See, it used 1. I figured it would. I'm going to have to grow them back now just because that's the way I am. We'll get that back above 3, though. And anyways, this keeps going up kind of rapidly. Okay, there's the dead stop. All right. So anyways, I will catch you guys in the next part. Alrighty, guys, so we're back. Hopefully going to make a ton of progress. Let's spend, do all the cheapest upgrades, whatever. I think that's smart to do first. And we can buy a ton of these. I don't know if I want to invest completely into these yet. I kind of do. Let's buy 30 of them, see what we're left with. Loses out a lot of these. We're just going to do it. We're just going to go full in. Whatever. That should be producing a decent amount of these, kind of. Doesn't look like it actually looks like it's making much of a difference. You can see it's going up. Yeah, I mean, like, this is going up. Like, this is our hive queens here, and that's it going up. Like, it's going up, but that's what I'm looking at. It's going up at a fairly good rate, but we're only overnight. Like, it would make a big difference, but I don't know how good that is to do. I don't know. That's not, again, a huge concern right now. We probably can consider it a cheap upgrade, which is going to... Oh, use 10 of them. Alright, whatever. We'll take it. I should be producing more of those. We're trying to get our mutagen up, which I know comes from larva upgrades. I think it actually may have went up. But if we get some of these larva upgrades, there's like a 20% chance it goes up. I think it goes up on other upgrades too, but I'm not really sure. We've unlocked this new territory dude here that we're going to just beast out. And, it uses just meat and territory. We're just doing it all. I think that's what we're just going to keep doing, like with territory. You can just see how much it takes over. It's ridiculous. We can probably add a ton of this stuff too. We can. We'll do a bunch of that too. Maybe that'll take some of it back. A little bit. Not really much. But territory is good for buying more upgrades. Later down the road, like tomorrow, it'll compound. That's probably where a lot of our upgrades go, which is afford upgrades in here. And we can actually do that because I don't really care about the territory. I said I didn't go up there, but we're trying to get that up to a mil, so we're only just above 10% to where we want to be, which kind of sucks, and I feel like we're really far off still, but we will get there. As for cocooning goes, how much do we have? We can clone up to, okay, that's easy, 5 to the 11th, and we are at 3 to the 11th. So if I go in with 2.0 e to the 11th. Is it going in? Oh, I didn't realize it. Yeah, it was going in. All right, so I put a couple more, and then that was only one actually. So I think I put 2 in. So that was good. I think I did one out. So that's good. You can see we're a bit above where it is. So now when we clone, we will be in a good spot. I think that used almost all of our larvae, which is okay. I was gonna just go and try to rebuild this, which we can actually do quite a bit of, because I kind of want to just buy a ton of these and really make this worth it. I don't think I'm gonna do any for these cheap upgrades at the moment. We can actually get an upgrade in here. That's gonna cost 66 of them, but hive empress produces more hive queens. That's debatable. How much does it go up by? Does it double? Because if it produces double, 66 isn't worth it because that only leaves 3 left. But if we do a couple more, we'll try to upgrade this a bunch. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. Did I click it? I guess I didn't. There we go. Look at that. It's probably, no, I'm going to say it's not going to be considered cheap yet, and I wouldn't want to do it at that point. We're going to do our clone button, because we can probably do a bunch of them. Yeah, I don't really need the energy right now, and I don't think I want to spend it on anything else. I kind of don't want to get 5,000 of this, but again, that uses a lot of energy, and if I type that in, you can see that uses 50,000 over 85,000 energy. It's a lot. We don't need any more energy for this. I don't know how much you actually need to do the reset, but again, we're not doing the reset quite yet anyways, so we don't really need to worry about that. But let's go pop out 1, 2 of those. So that gives us a ton. So then we can just straight up go in here, buy a ton of these things, and then in just a second, buy a ton of these. We're trying to get it to the point where we're going to regen the hive stuff, or the hive queens, really fast with the emperor guys, so, or hive empresses. To do that, it's going to spend almost everything we got there. That's probably considered cheap upgrades. Just going to use a bit of it. That's okay. Now we're producing more right now. So it's producing, each produces 14, so it does double. So that was worth it. We spent 66 to then double the 430 or whatever. And we bought some other upgrade too, which I think was an upgrade in here or something like that. What is the drone upgrade? I think I'm not going to worry about those. We're just going to stick to the cheapest stuff. But I am going to do more of those clonings. Let's just screw it. We're casting all 5. I think that's probably the best bet. And then we can come in here and do I want to do anything else first? Oh, we can buy a ton of upgrades with all that larvae we just got. Should we do that? Let's do it. Actually, that didn't even do much. Okay. That was just with all the larvae. Awesome. Actually, what are we missing on buying these? Hives. Wow, we used all our hives. Because we're not producing them fast enough. Alright. I gotta try to get that taken care of too. Hives having issues. Alright. That's higher than we ever had it. I don't think I'm gonna turn those into, oh, that's looking tempting. Yeah, let's see if we can get 1,000 of them. This is probably dumb. I'm just gonna buy the max there. We have no more cloning, which I'm scared about. Yep, I think I spent too much. We're going to have a slow, interesting build back. I mean, how much do we produce per second? So 12,000 or 13,000 per second, basically. That's not bad. I'm not going to buy any more of those. I do want to get a decent sum of these going. We can get a cheap upgrade. It popped up and this popped up, so it's probably this one's upgrade. It is, but it isn't cheap. We'll do it. That was a cheap one, right? Yeah. Alright, this is pretty high. That should produce, this should hopefully produce more of these. You can see that's going up. It's going up kind of slow, but we have a really high number of these. I'm not going to push for the next upgrade of that. We're going to call it quits there, I think. We got a bunch of new territory stuff, so we should produce a ton more territory to then go buy more of the larva upgrades to hopefully get more mutagen, because this is taking forever, and I really want to reset, and I don't know if I can wait till 1 mil. So if we're not there with probably in like 2 episodes, which would be 4 days for me, maybe 3 episodes, which would be 6 days, I'm going to reset no matter where we're at. I think it may be kind of dumb, but we're going to probably do it because I'm getting tired of waiting. I don't know if I should be spending more into, like, I don't need more storage because we're not producing enough. I should probably dump a large amount into here. And honestly, I'm just going to spend any extra energy we have at the end, I guess, on it, which it's not going to really make much of a change. Like because this maxes at 100%. I don't know what 100% is, and it's diminishing returns the more you buy. So like the first bunch we buy is really good, but after that it's kind of crap. We can focus more on this, which is kind of cheap. Like if we were to buy even like 500. That's actually 500 is okay. Maybe not that cheap. Actually, we're probably not going to get much higher on this too, because this is also diminishing returns, and it can only max out at 60. So it's probably not worth upgrading any more of those past the 1500, maybe the 2000. But even that, it's probably not going to raise that number too much. I think what we're doing is probably the best. Keep rushing the clone rushing, and go with that. I mean, this should do alright overnight. I expect a decent turnout. But we'll have to see, I suppose. We'll have to see. How many of these can I buy? Not really that many. Anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. So please smack the like button. As always, catch you guys later. Peace.